Actor Tobias Menzies is no stranger to success. In Game of Thrones, he played Edmure Tully, the groom at the famous Red Wedding. His dual roles as Frank and Jonathan Blackjack Randall in Outlander earned him a Golden Globe nomination. And now Menzies is taking over the role of Prince Philip in the hit Netflix show The Crown. This is him and the real Prince Philip side by side. Look at the resemblance. In this scene, his character signs up the family for a documentary film.
A film?
Yes, it's a documentary film. Tony, do you want to...
It means no acting, no artifice, just the real thing, like one of those wildlife films.
Oh, I like those.
Yes, except this time, we are the endangered species.
Yes, exactly. It will follow all of us in our daily lives to prove to everyone out there what we in here already know.
What's that?
Well, how hard we all work, and what good value we represent, how much we deserve the taxpayers' money.
So we'll all have to get you...
And Tobias Menzies joins us now. Tobias, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
So this is a really interesting role because season 3 of The Crown is a continuation of a story that people have been watching for 2 prior seasons, but it's a whole new cast.
Yes.
Because you are now Prince Philip in middle age.
That's right, yeah. So it's an unusual, almost sort of theatrical gesture for a very well-known TV show, highly acclaimed, to change everyone in the cast.
Yeah.
So
Why was it appealing to you?
Say again?
Why was it appealing to you to take it on?
Peter's writing is fantastic, and that really is the sort of bedrock of, I think, the success of the show. I think he's a very interesting man, Philip. There's a lot of complexity. So purely as a sort of acting challenge, it's rich. There's also the sort of the technical challenge of the voice and, you know, how he moves. Everyone is obviously, he's been, you know, famous for
You had to do quite a lot of studying to get into the roles. I understand that you, despite growing up in the UK, were not particularly a watcher of the royals. In fact, you would turn away during the Queen's address on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Sorry to out you here.
Yeah, I'm afraid. I hope I don't get fired. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't. Yes, my family weren't, you know, that way inclined. My mum would sort of not be a big fan of watching the Queen's speech on a Christmas morning. Right. So yeah, I had to learn quite a bit when I sort of started working on the role.
Did your respect for them increase as you learned more?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think whatever your political stripe, I think you can't question the dedication and service that they have given to our country.
I talked to Matt Smith, who, of course, played the younger Prince Philip in the first 2 seasons, and he said he actually grew quite sympathetic to the character. And but then there's also this challenge of playing someone who's alive and could call you up one day and say...
Yeah, I know. I mean, imagine the idea of him actually sitting and watching me doing him. I mean, your brain starts to fizz a bit. I think, yeah, the technical challenge is big. I did come to have some sympathy for that life. I think it must be challenging. It's highly ceremonial. You're walking into a lot of rooms where people are nervous and tongue-tied, and yes, it's a high quantity of sort of small talk, and something I would be very bad at. So.
The actual royal family is facing a lot of media scrutiny, especially these days. You know that Prince Andrew just spoke out. When you look at the idea of addressing that even in this new season and the media's role and how the royal family is portrayed, what are your thoughts, I guess, as you're watching someone from that royal family actually speak out in real time?
Yes,
about something very controversial.
The relevance of it is striking. I mean, we have an episode in season 3, episode 4, which is absolutely about the family's relationship with the media and Prince Philip attempting to sort of open that out and engage with the media more. And that's obviously been continuing all these years with, you know, very mixed results. It's been a real challenge to that family. And obviously this most recent version of it with Andrew's interview, which, you know, feels like problematic at best. You know.
Problematic at best. That's a nice diplomatic way of putting it.
There was a small controversy last season that I think points to a bigger issue that I'd love your thoughts on.
Yeah.
So Claire Foy, who played the young queen, was being paid less than Matt Smith, who played Prince Philip.
Yeah.
And I think that was corrected by the end. And now, in this season, as I understand it, you're being paid less than the queen.
This is true, yeah.
The bigger issue, though, is about pay equity in Hollywood and in these sorts of roles. Do you think enough is being done? Is there enough transparency? Can we see the problem, wrap our arms around it? Is it being fixed?
The honest answer is I don't know the answer to that in terms of whether it's being fixed. You're right, there's a lot of... It's quite hard for it to be a very open conversation. There is obviously complexity because people bring different experiences, different audiences to a show, and that is partly reflected in pay. But I feel like we've still got some way to go in terms of addressing, the gender pay gap, for sure.
What I hear the new rule is on The Crown anyways, no one makes more than the Queen.
No one makes more than the Queen, exactly.
All right, well, we're very excited The Crown is back. Tobias Menzies, thanks so much for being with us this morning. You can stream Season 3 of The Crown on Netflix now.